Everybody's looking at me like something's wrong with me. Hating. Who do you respect the most amongst Russian bodybuilders? There's one guy, his name is Vitaliy Ugolnikov. My grandma is very concerned. She always writes me, Vitaly, I saw you training, your weights are so heavy. Please be careful. Whew. There you go. You need to catch your breath again. He asked you if you can train him? Yeah. But as of now, I don't train because my prep is coming, and when you're prepping, it's very hard to do everything. And you have to eat, you have to train, a lot of routines. You don't have a lot of power, so I have to put everything on a pause. Today I'm gonna be training a chest. I'll do some arms, maybe. We need this to avoid injuries. We don't need to stretch too much. I rarely use barbells, I don't do squats. Mostly I train using machines. Wait a second, people say that free weights are critical. Well, I did my free weights before, and my weights got too big, and it's becoming very risky because my legs are too strong and I have to go like 500, 600 pounds. I don't want to take this risk to end my career without even starting. I've just started getting stronger. I've just started building my social media. I don't want to end all this. Yeah, I'm using those straps. My new sponsor, Lara Wills. By the way, what about your sponsors after all this hype? Everything is nice, everything is great, or everything is in progress? Well, it's getting better. Most of my sponsors are Sports Life Network, like gym networks. It's the company that brought me here to St. Petersburg. Then Baron team, a lot of athletes sharing the knowledge. Then Lara Wills, his clothing brand, clothing apparel brand. I'm hoping that we'll shoot a video with him. Maybe Alex will come with me to Dubai. We discussed that already. He would translate because I don't speak English a lot. I'm just learning it, and it's very important. Important to be able to communicate with potential sponsors. It would not be so effective as it could be. By the way, I paid attention that you have a lot of followers from like international followers. Why is that? Because you got big basically on our Russian-speaking YouTube platforms, and now you're being recognized everywhere, like in Brazil. Yeah, Brazil the most. It's like 50,000 followers. I published a video from the old times. I had it like for a year. I just needed to publish something, so I posted it, and then next morning I got up and it's like plus 15,000 followers for the night. About 20,000 even. So following started growing, and now I have like from 30 to 130,000 for like a month. And half of it is like English speaking. Yeah, I think so. Mentality is different, and English speaking people, they like following better than Russians, because Russians, they mostly just log in, they put some hating comments under your post and they just leave. But I'm okay with that. I know how to deal with all these critics and stuff. I don't get too attached to it. I make a laughter and then I just leave, go to work. The biggest progress I had when I turned to heavy lifting, much heavier, like failure, so that when I come to 12 reps, I just fail, and my muscle growth became like twice as big. How many sets do you do? 4. Always 4. And how many exercises per training? I used to have a lot of exercises, but now I do like 3 or 4, that's it. I don't need more. If I train legs, everybody's asking me about legs. Usually I start my training session with leg press, 5 sets of leg press, 2 narrow feet, 3 with the wide feet. Then I do leg flies on the machine, and then I do leg curls. Sometimes I don't feel well at the end of this training, so I get maximum out of my training and then I leave the gym. The feeling is the most important thing in bodybuilding. Powerlifting is different. I did some powerlifting too back in the day. Sucked in some powerlifting vibes too. I got the best from 2 worlds actually. And the feeling and the reception is completely different during the workouts. What are your top results in powerlifting? When I competed, my PRs were 230 kilograms as a deadlift, 220 kilograms in squats and 165 kilograms in bench pressing. I was 17 back then, but then when I turned to the black side, I tried my best results, and it was 300 kilograms as a deadlift, 265 as a squat, and 195 kilograms in bench pressing, or 185 kilograms, I don't remember. So if you make it to Dubai, to Laravil's, will you battle with him? I would love to do some deadlifts, you know, but I didn't do it for like, I don't even remember for how long. How much does he lift? 420 kilograms? A lot. I don't remember too, but he's lifting a lot. Hey guys, taking this opportunity, I would like to take a little pause. My protein, my sponsor and my partner, thanks to this company, I'm filming these videos, including the one that you're watching right now. Go to the description down below, there is a link, and you can use the promo code Sportfaza and get like 42% of the discount. They have some sales from time to time, but 42% is the best out there. Getting back to Vitaliy. Most common haters' question after the first viral video. They wrote about my breathing. I'm not used to being filmed, so adrenaline gets too high. Plus, we filmed and we were coming downstairs, going upstairs, and shots were unexpected, so I couldn't catch my breath. But at the same time, I'm not too worried about these comments. It's hard not to breathe hard when you 125 kilograms, you know? But it's not like that all the time. When I get down, when I get shredded, I'm gonna get lighter, and of course, the load on my body is gonna be different. I always go to the doctors, I do blood work. It's important to do it. Let's get back to work. Let's go next. You don't go too fancy, right? Basic things, heavy lifts, heavy presses. Yeah, sometimes I do like periodization, but I do it like once a month when I go to middle weights and I do a lot of pumping. It's like 1 week of pumping. Taking it easy during that week, yeah, I'm enjoying the process. I can take a rest, and it's needed from time to time. I've noticed that you're being pretty active communicating with your followers. First of all, why do you do that? Well, keeping my people, my followers involved. They pay attention to you, they spend some time on you, so you have to pay back. Especially when it's a positive thing, when they support you and they tell you that you motivated them. And how do you treat haters' comments like, oh, you drug user? Well, I just say, yes, I am. I don't argue that. But he said, yeah. Well, what can I do with that? Somebody says it's nasty, do you send them to blacklist? Only the ones who's floating. Like when he left one negative comment, and then another one, and then on the next post, another negative comment. Then I block this guy. I don't need all this negativity in my life. When we talk about common critic, it must be mixed up with the good things too, right? And it must be based on something, on some facts. Let's drink some water and get back. Do you like the nickname that got attached to you, like White Hope? You know what? First I liked it, but then someone told me that everyone gets this nickname. Every single white guy who shows up, that's what they call him. How do you think? Is it really that way? Well, yeah, I guess. Which one would you like? Let's call this video how you want it. You know, yesterday we had a laughter big dick. We just did it. We just discussed that matter. I don't know. Vitaliy Ugolnikov is probably the best, so that I get compared less with Lysukov or Jay Cutler. I want to be myself, you know. All these comparisons, it's not like I don't like them. It's just, I don't think it's appropriate, you know. Everybody's individual. As far as I remember, back in the West, Justin Compton and Dallas McCarver were called White Hopes. Yeah. And McCarver, he had a phenomenal genetics, but I don't think he had enough depth. Genetically, like, he was not deep enough. Do you think it happened because he was growing too fast? Yeah, maybe. As well as I am. I do have a depth, but I don't have the density of the muscles, you know, because my muscles are not mature enough. So on the stage, it would not look as 3D as the more experienced athletes. So you need to concentrate more on isolating exercises, maybe? What do you think? Are you gonna have to do it? Well, you know, experience of the workouts, like bodybuilding experience, professional bodybuilding training experience. It's not gonna happen overnight. What is the size of your arm? I think 53 when it's cold. I never measured it when it was pumped. Do you want to have arms like Ronnie Coleman did, like 62 centimeters? You know, Alex, when I had 45 centimeters, I was thinking about 50 centimeters. I just want to get to 50. When I get 50, 53 now, I'm like, well, yeah, I do have some arms, but I need 55. And when I hit 55, I will remember your words. And then I would want those arms. 60, you said? 62. Yeah, those are huge. Especially with the height 175 centimeters. They look enormous, like legs. By the way, you said that you had a conversation with Dennis Wolf a couple of days ago. Yeah, I wrote him myself, and I told him that I'm looking for a sponsor, like a supplement company, and I don't think there is something shameful in it. He said, yes, I know you, you have good potential, and we had this Skype call or whatever, and he said that he asked a lot of companies, and he gave me a few, like a list of the companies, and on the 10th of the August, we would have a next conversation with the company. I can't tell the company right now. Let's go, White Hope. I don't want to turn it to brown one. How loud are you when you train in the gym? I'm loud when I train legs. Do you throw dumbbells? Slightly. Was it slight enough? Oh, breathing hard again. I see now. Well, what can I do? That's the way I am. What would you recommend to young guys who want to be professional bodybuilders? Would you recommend them to start as young as you did? Well, it depends. There's always easy and nice to take some advice, you know, but I would recommend to start reading first. I started from this. I learned biomechanics, biochemistry, physiology. I learned how protein is being consumed. I learned what's needed for better consumption. I knew what muscle fibers I had. I knew how to work on specific muscle fibers. I knew what's happening in my body. I knew what's needed for my growth. Because most people, they work out a lot. They do have a lot of aggressiveness, they have motivation, but then they go back home and they just eat some pastry and that's it. And then year by year and they don't grow. They lose motivation, aggressiveness, and that's it. You have to understand the micro processes of everything. So you have to get back to the theory. So what age would you recommend to start with bodybuilding as a profession? If you decided to be a bodybuilder, I would say 16 years old, not earlier. And I don't think it's gonna help if you start earlier. But the most critical thing, I say it every time and everywhere, it's nutrition that's important. If you don't eat, you won't grow. What is more important, carbs, protein, or fats? It's carb, protein, and fats. Critical is not to skip the meal and stick to the same calorie intake every day. Some people say, well, yesterday I had the good meals, but today I just had soup, but I'll do it good next day. So you get these up and downs, up and down nutrition-wise, and you get plateau. But if you eat well all the time, then you grow all the time. Always progress. There are some people who say that they prioritize proteins, and some people prioritize carbs. Those are the ones prioritizing carbs. They say, well, I get like 50 grams of protein, that's all I need, and then the carbs are most critical. Well, I can say that when I grow my mass, 70% of my nutrition is complex carbs. If you, for example, take my meal, just a regular meal, 30% is protein, 70% is whole grain carbs. What do you think about bodybuilding dying or losing its popularity? Well, I think it's completely different mentality-wise on the West side and in Russia. Back in the West, people support you. Here in Russia, people, you just hear like they say shit about you. Like, look at this ugly monster. Well, he's nasty and he's ugly. And they're looking at you like they hate you, You didn't do anything bad to them, And you don't want to talk to them. You just do your business. You just walk aside. And they always criticize. I didn't do anything bad to you. Why would you treat me that way? But when you walk back in the States, everybody say, hey man, you look great, everybody's supporting you. So it's great. I went to Korea. I wasn't as big as I am right now, but Koreans, just random people from the streets, they were coming over me. They didn't know me exactly, but they still wanted to take picture with me. They were excited to see me, like to see a bodybuilder. Let's go next. Let's do some arms. Have you ever done this? Well, I did, but I did it like sitting straight, curling it behind my head. Well, this variation you can go heavy without any stress on your lower back. Would you call yourself an internet freak? No. You probably won't believe me, but I think I'm so small. When you came over, I'm like, why did he come? I'm so small. I was diagnosed with astigmatism. I get myself smaller than I look in reality. Is there even such a thing? Yeah, doctors explain me that it's some kind of disease, I think all bodybuilders are like that. Even when I look at my plate, I think it's tiny, but in reality it's big. And it motivates me to eat more. At the same time, I'm afraid that if I'm not having this disease anymore, I won't eat that much, So you still compete in IFBB Elite Pro, in European IFBB. Yeah, I might compete in the future in IFBB Pro, but as of right now, I don't want to do it. I want to be IFBB Elite Pro World Champion first, and then I'll see what I will do. Come on, hold me tight. What's your dream partner? Who do you want to train with? Well, it's complicated. I'm looking for a hero, like Live Sport Life. I have to look for a training partner for my gym network. I would probably love to train with Dennis Wolf because we talked already and he's a great man. I feel like he's a good, down-to-earth person. I heard that you're a fan of Kai Green. Well, I used to be, before I found out some stories about him. From the old legends, I like Vince Taylor. His stage presence, his robotic moves, his body shape in general. So, I don't think he has a lot of followers, maybe like 50,000, but he has such a history. His competition, his placings. He's a unique athlete. I like him a lot. Who do you respect the most between Russian bodybuilders? Well, there is one guy, Vitaliy Ugolnikov. Alexander Fedorov, probably. Everyone, actually. I like Lesukov too. I like his balance. Have you heard about Kuwait's mirrors? I think the St. Petersburg's are even better. Oh, that sounded embarrassing. Like in reality, I don't look as big as in the mirror? Oh, come on, man. Here's a mirror, and here's reality. Well, when I get pumped, I'm really getting huge. But I didn't ever think that Sportfaza will come, and because I was watching your channel, you know, when I was a little boy. I was like, oh, Alex Mokshyn wrote me. Seriously, it's really a nice thing. I don't think I deserve that. I also don't think that I'm something special to be too happy to hear from, you know, like to get too excited from. Well, we both shy, okay. When I feel that you're down to earth and I'm the same guy, that's why we're on the same wave. Have you ever been called to do this slapping challenge or something, you know, or I know, like fist fights or whatever? Yeah, they did. How much did they offer you? Well, they didn't offer money, they just wanted me to be part of something for free. Yeah, well, that's Russia. But of course, if I would do it, I would ask for a lot of money, but I'm not interested in this. I'm trying to avoid all the conflicts. That's the way I am. I don't like fighting at all. I'm not afraid of it. It's just that I don't know if I'm good enough, like controlling my strength, you know. I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to kill anyone. So with the heavy hand like mine, I might just kill someone, you know. So it's better to avoid conflict situations. I just do what I like. I just trying to be a good person, and that's it. Other than bodybuilding, what other sports do you like? Fuck. You ask me questions like something's wrong with me. Nothing, man. Some people ask me if I can play FIFA, like video game. I don't know. I don't get football like soccer. I don't get it at all. I don't know the rules. I don't like it. Nothing. You know how many players on the field? No. I know that the different balls are out there, like black, red ones, white ones. My mama likes soccer. More than you do? Yeah. Did she ever ask you, Vitaly, what's wrong with you? Who did I grow? You're a Russian boy, you're supposed to like soccer. No, she's just said that she's worried. I have to pay attention a lot. You mean drugs? Drugs and heavy lifting. She saw that everything, and my grandma worries a lot. She's concerned. She's like, well, I saw you heavy lifting so much. Please be careful. Stay away from the injury. Really, I've noticed that your training volume is not that high, but you did heavy weights, and that's enough. Yeah, I guess so. Plus, I didn't sleep well enough last night. Maybe that's the reason, partly. Plus, filming, it distracts a lot. I know that from my experience. You're taking breaks between sets longer than usual. Plus, people talking you into something when you try to train. No, really, I like it a lot, so keep on talking. Hey you guys, we're done, that's it. Vitaly is done with his workout. Thanks for watching this video. Please leave your comment down below what would you like us to film in the next video with Vitaly. He wanted to do legs next time. Thank you guys, and let me know what you want to see and ask your questions. I will try to answer your questions. Oh, that's great. I tried to answer all the questions actually, so thanks for your support again. And by the way, we just discussed a trip to United Emirates, to Dubai, to a new sponsor of Vitaly, Larry Wills. You should know the guy. He's super strong with the body of the bodybuilder, and he lives in Dubai right now. So we're thinking about going over there and filming a video with Vitaly and Larry, and it's gonna be insane, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and Alex might help me translate, so it would be great. I think the content would be awesome. Thank you! Guys, if you want to see more Russian unique athletes, subscribe to this channel. There will be more videos coming. Thank you.